and I enjoy very much sitting and watching older Western movies. In that genre, John Wayne happens to be my favorite actor, and in his movie called Hondo, his character finds out a young boy does not know how to swim. So he picks him up, throws him in the water, and instructs him, reach out and grab water and pull it to you, son. That's one way of learning to swim. Throw someone in the water, they'll either sink or they'll swim. This is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah. Day number 5, the final day of the Torah portion, Shemot. The word Shemot meaning names. This is more than the book of the story of the Exodus and how that the people of Israel got out of Mitzrayim or Egypt. This is a story of a people who are a part of a family, and they need to be molded and created into a nation. It begins with their names. Let's go to Shemot chapter number 3, where Moshe has seen a sight of a burning bush and is not consumed. And he hears the word of Elohim speak to him. In verse 9, and now see the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I've also seen the oppression which the Mitzrites oppress them. And now come, I am sending you, Moshe, you, to Pharaoh, to bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Mitzrayim. Moshe's response, he said to Elohim, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Mitzrayim? And the only answer that he gets is a prophecy. And he said to him, because I am with you. This is to you the sign that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Mitzrayim, you are to serve Elohim on this mountain. Moshe's got all kinds of questions. Now, how are we going to do this? He's asking how. And Yah's response is to give him a confirming sign after the how has been realized and accomplished. I'm confused. Moshe's asking for instructions. How do I do this? Who, me? You want me? I'm a forgotten nobody in the middle of nowhere, and I've already failed in this attempt. I've already blown this job so bad that I had to leave town, and you want me to go back to Pharaoh nonetheless and get this job done. How do I know? What am I going to do? What do I say? How do I? He's got all these questions. Sound familiar to any of you? It does to me. Yah says, I am with you. I am sending you. The job that Yah chooses to give to us is the one we are least qualified and capable of accomplishing. That's his modus operandi. That's just the way that he works. Moshe is full of self-doubt. He sees himself as a complete failure. This has not gone well. And he knows how the court of Pharaoh works. And he knows the element of the mysterious, the magic, the supernatural that fills the halls of that place. And Yah is saying, I want you to go back in there, son, and I want you to do this my way. Well, what is your way? I'm sending you. How do I do this? I'm sending you. Well, what do I say? When you get the job done, you will worship me on this mountain. In other words, Yah's sets of instructions are not given to the questions that we ask, but rather to the questions maybe that we should be asking. Instead of saying to Yah, who am I that I should go? Moshe might already be asking, why did you choose me, and how may I serve you? Master, you have the ability. Now, it comes down to this. We know that Yahweh Elohim of Israel, he has already proven himself more times than we know how to count. From the initial moments of creation up to this minute that we are now sharing, he has demonstrated his power, his ability, his authority, his plan, his perfections. He has revealed to himself to us in the power of his Spirit, in the authority of his word, in prophecies and visions, signs, wonders, miracles. Maybe we haven't seen a lot of those lately, but they still take place. So we know that he's got the power. The problem is that when Yah chooses to display his power in the earth and among men, he chooses to use the frailty, the fallenness, the fragility of mankind. You and I, we are the filter through which Yah chooses to demonstrate who he is and what he can do to the earth. The power we know and believe is real. It's this filter. It's the filter that we think has a problem. What do you do when Yah is wanting to demonstrate his power through your filter, through your inability, through your words, your hands, your love, your compassion, your lack thereof? And you realize my filter is clogged. It's dirty. It has limitations. Yah has a way of changing the nature of who we are by virtue of the means of his using us. He moves through us. He selects us. He flows through us. And it is the flow of his power through us that unclogs our filters and changes our very nature and being so that we become better at what it is that we are called to do. Now, as we read through this Torah portion, the very first time that Moshe goes to the waters and he tries to do something and the waters turn to blood, Pharaoh's not impressed. He tells Pharaoh, let my people go. Yah said so. Your people are lazy. They got too much time on their hand. Make their burdens harder. Moshe goes to the father and says, see there, I told you this wasn't going to work. It's not that he didn't believe that Yah had the authority or the power to work. It was that he didn't believe he did. Before this process is over, the man Moshe is changed. On one occasion, he looks at Pharaoh and he says, you just tell me what time you want this plague to stop. And I'll go outside, I'll raise my hands, I'll pray, it'll stop. It came because I said so. It'll stop because I say so. He had come to that place where he had learned to allow the flow of the authority of Yah to move through him. Is that what Yah is waiting for in our day? When Yeshua walked the shores of the Sea of Galilee and he called fishermen to come follow him, when he called a tax collector to come follow him, these men had been through a yeshiva process. They had learned at a rabbi's teaching, but they didn't qualify to go on to the higher levels of study and become rabbis themselves. Not being deemed star students, they were sent back home to work in the family business. Yeshua recognized something in them that was more than casting nets for fish. They could catch men. Rav Shaul, what did he say? Not many of you are wise. Not many of you or great in your own ability, Yah chooses the foolish things to confound the wise. So if you lack ability, if you're short on strength, you qualify. Shabbat Shalom to you, to your family, to all who gather with you. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, Shalom.